Inter Juventus is big enough on its own without the need for subplots, but this match is littered with narrative strains. It's Thiago Motta's first Derby d'Italia as Juventus coach, and it comes here at San Siro, where he was once one of Inter's treble heroes as a player. Winning is even more important tonight in light of Napoli's form at the top of the table. It's second plays third, it's Inter against Juventus, it's the Derby d'Italia. Simone Inzaghi makes 5 changes to the team that began the win at Young Boys. First team regulars Bastoni, Di Marco, Lautaro and Thuram are all restored. And with Çalhanoğlu still out injured, it's Piotr Zielinski who is asked to operate as a playmaker, potentially alternating in that role with Niccolò Barella. Thiago Motta goes with 4 alterations from the 11 that lost to Stuttgart. Di Gregorio was banned in that game and returns between the sticks, while Cambiaso, Locatelli and Weah all come in. Yildiz begins on the bench, as does Khéphren Thuram, who's on the opposite side to his big brother, Inter striker Marcus. Thiago Motta expected a reasonable reception here. He said he always conducted himself in the right way, hence why it's always been well received by his former clubs. Second plays third in Serie A. Inter host Juventus in the Derby d'Italia. It's only round 9. It won't be crucial, Manuel Pascali, but it might well be very important come full time. Good evening once again.
Good evening, Patrick. Yes, it's a huge one. Inter-Juve is always, as we said, a special match, considering now Napoli are absolutely flying. They don't want them to fly away.
And immediately we're seeing some of the patterns of play that Juventus are trying to implement under Thiago Motta. Here's Conceição with the pace. It's his ball across, put behind by De Vrij. Corner inside 40 seconds for Juventus. Dumfries with the cross. It's a really dangerous one too. Di Marco's kept it alive. No wonder Dumfries' cross got the thumbs up treatment from Lautaro Martinez there. This is Zielinski. Getting away from Conceição. Zielinski's cross goes behind. Dumfries. Barella looking for Pavard. It's perfectly weighted. Pavard. Danilo stretched. And it's a penalty. Danilo caught Marcus Thuram, a wag of the finger from Cambiaso. But Marco Guida has given Inter a penalty here.
Typical right work chain here from Inter. Good pass towards Pavard. How many times we said, Patrick, Inter teams are playing with a back 5 or back 3. Yeah, but Inter does this so well.
Big pressure on this. Zielinski scores! He stepped into Çalhanoğlu's shoes this evening, and he is buried from the spot, just as Çalhanoğlu tends to do. It's Inter who strike first in the Derby d'Italia, and Zielinski's first goal for the Nerazzurri comes against Juventus. Here's Conceição. McKennie waits in the box with Vlahovic. Cambiaso, that's a good ball. Juan Cabal, McKennie calling for it. Here is Wes McKennie for Vlahovic! How good is that goal? He has his goal at San Siro, but it was put on a plate by McKennie, and just 4 minutes after falling behind, Juventus are back on level terms.
Wonderful game of football so far, Patrick. 20 minutes, you can see, look, McKennie, fabulous ball from Cabal to McKennie to Vlahovic, and from there, he doesn't miss.
In it comes from Zielinski. Thuram got there. Here's Dumfries. Di Gregorio claws it away. Bastoni! It's off target. And there was a foul, I think, on Di Gregorio prior to that. Conceição standing it up. Too much on it for Weah. That's Cabal. Struck it well. Danilo won it fairly off Lautaro Martinez. Lots of black and white shirts forward here. Cambiaso for Conceição. Still Conceição, he's dropped the shoulder and put in by Tim Weah. Juventus have turned this game around in the first half. Conceição doing the damage, and Weah had as simple a finish as Vlahovic before him. Thiago Motta's side on fire.
Absolutely incredible. Conceição taking two players on, going past them, and then finding Weah in the middle of the box.
There were plenty of goals scored by Weah in this stadium. His iconic father, George, for Milan. Here he finds McKennie. Again, Juventus come forward with purpose. Andrea Cambiaso. Now it's Conceição. Conceição pushed behind by Sommer.
Conceição is so hard to be stopped.
Zielinski not really used Di Marco too much in an attacking sense, the Nerazzurri thus far. Zielinski, Pavard finds Mkhitaryan, Thuram, Mkhitaryan. That's such a good goal from Inter. The quality on show tonight. It's Henrik Mkhitaryan who makes it two apiece. His previous goal had come in the derby many moons ago, and Mkhitaryan scores in a massive match here. We've had 4 goals in 35 minutes.
And Zanetti, Amadeus, big, huge Inter fans are absolutely on the moon. Look here, terrific football by Inter, but what a game we are watching, Patrick.
And here go Inter pursuing a lead once again. Thuram. It's run the way of Dumfries, who used his hand, but there's another penalty to Inter. Marco Guida in no doubt. This time Dumfries has been caught, and this game has everything.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Madness here in San Siro.
Can Zielinski do it again? He can. Di Gregorio frustrated because he went close, but it's 2 from Zielinski either side of a Mkhitaryan goal, and we've had 5 in the Derby d'Italia, and Inter, against all odds, have their noses in front.
This is incredible. Relentless from Zielinski.
Di Gregorio came very close to keeping it out, but Zielinski had enough pace on the effort to negate the fingertips of the Juventus goalkeeper. They've gone from conceding 1 goal in 8 league matches to conceding 3 in fewer than 40 minutes at the Meazza. Now it's Di Marco. Thuram has time and space. Marcus Thuram. Still going here, Thuram. This is a fabulous run. And it could have easily ricocheted in. Lautaro Martinez with his head in his hands.
Yeah, when Thuram starts to drive the ball at pace, he's able to change direction. Tight areas. Here, obviously, Juventus players are all scared to give another penalty away.
Conceição through the gap, then forgot the ball. But Inter seemed to find it very hard to live with him. Andrea Cambiaso. This is Weah. Tim Weah seeking out a second! Very nearly had it as well.
What an effort from Timothy Weah, inches away from the top corner. You can see how good is this, so close.
It's a first half that had everything. 5 goals, 2 penalties, so many moments of quality. Inter had an early lead. Then Vlahovic and Weah turned it around the way of Juventus, but Mkhitaryan and Zielinski put Inter back in charge. Mkhitaryan with his first goal in more than a year, Zielinski with his first 2 in Nerazzurri colours. And believe it or not, we're only halfway through what is already the game of the season. At the break, Inter 3, Juventus 2. It's hard to know how to top that first half. Thiago Motta's Juventus side trailed by 1-0. They then led 2-1 before finding themselves behind by 3 goals to 2. Half a dozen trophies for him during his time with Inter as a player, including 3 in that iconic 2009-10 season under Jose Mourinho. Simone Inzaghi having to go through a pre-second half interview here. Sure, he wants to focus on the task at hand. As things stand, Inter are on course to win the Derby d'Italia, but if the second half is anything like the first period, there are many more twists and turns along the way. Lautaro for Di Marco, pushed away, and here's Lautaro Martinez again. Dumfries, Di Gregorio was brave, having not done impeccably well with the initial save.
Yeah, first chance of the second half for the Nerazzurri.
Zielinski with the set piece. Here's Denzel Dumfries. He's snuck it in, and Inter score again. The time to take a touch, and then it was all about precision into the corner. It's another big selection call that Simone Inzaghi's got right this evening. Dumfries starting ahead of Darmian, and Marotta sees his side go 2 goals clear. His previous goal was to rescue a point at Monza earlier on this season. It is now 4 across club and country this term for Denzel Dumfries, a couple for the Netherlands, but this is a huge goal on his CV, one in the Derby d'Italia. Cambiaso, Conceição, still Conceição, did catch Di Marco, it will be a corner. Conceição, away from Zielinski, it's a clever cutback, and Kalulu this time tried his luck, it's another corner. Thiago Motta has now decided to act. It's Fagioli coming off. for Yildiz. And Tim Weah, the scorer of the second goal. How long ago that feels now. Intro since scored 3 without reply. It's he who's withdrawn for Kenan Yildiz. Di Marco, he's tempted by that. It's a fabulous save from Di Gregorio.
What a strike from Di Marco, the number 32.
Di Marco with the set piece. Dumfries tried to meet it. Barella on the volley. And it needed another smart save from Di Gregorio. There was a deflection.
Outstanding save by Di Gregorio again, because he was wrong-footed by the Juventus deflection.
It's another ball in from Di Marco. There's De Vrij. And De Vrij again. Big chance for him. And Inter can spring forward here. Barella. Thuram wants it. Fratesi breaking forward too. Barella still carrying it. And in the end, he went for goal himself. Di Marco with the ball in. Lautaro Martinez, a foot wide.
So close by the skipper. Wonderful ball again by Di Marco.
Kenny. Now it's Yildiz who can run at Dumfries. Kenan Yildiz! That's an impact! Juventus are back in the game. And the heir to Del Piero's throne has scored against the Nerazzurri. Kenan Yildiz keeps the game alive.
Yeah, incredible again. We thought the Inter was going to score the 5th one. No, counter-attack, and Yildiz, 1 against 2, finds the net.
Bisset with the flick on. Thuram on the turn. They want another corner. They don't get it.
Yeah, but how many chances, Patrick? Every time a team here tonight are reaching the opposition box, look like something is gonna happen.
No tactical foul from Cambiaso. Still Di Marco. Thuram up against Yildiz. Lautaro Martinez. He's missed a couple tonight. Savona. Yildiz making the run. Yildiz has got there, and he just had to keep it down. Clever ball from Locatelli. Cabal stepping forward. Still Cabal. Here's Cambiaso. Conceição stands it up. It's reached Kenan Yildiz! This is remarkable! He scored twice off the bench for a quite preposterous scoreline at the Meazza. Juventus have a wonderful number 10, and Kenan Yildiz has single-handedly got them back on level terms.
How many times we've seen the famous number 10 jersey here shining in San Siro?
Lautaro Martinez. Now Fratesi, important block from Locatelli, vital. The 3 added minutes have been played. Brought down by Khéphren Thuram. One of the most memorable editions of the Derby d'Italia ever. Kenan Yildiz came off the bench to grab a point for Juventus when they looked out for the count at 4-2 down. Thiago Motta's first game here as Juventus boss. Yildiz is a rising star. And the game ends at the Meazza. Inter 4, Juventus 4.